What's up, everybody? It's Drew McGee from the IVM group. Hope everyone's having another great week. Really quickly, wanted to share another video with you. We're looking at list view functionality again. Previously, we published a video looking at Salesforce and segmenting our database based off of birthdays and staying in front of our prospects and customers on their birthday. But today, we're going to be in HubSpot now, and we're going to be using their list view functionality to segment our database by looking at leads that were generated from a recent event that we attended. More specifically, the leads that have no contact yet, right? So this is great when you're headed to conferences and you're putting leads into your CRM that you met at the conference and generating a list view that you can put in front of your sales team so that they can quickly identify fresh leads that were met at the conference and leads they still need to follow up on, right? So super useful. So if we're looking at HubSpot right here, we have our test instance set up and we have our contact list brought up here, and it's just our generic list view. But we want to be able to quickly identify what leads have we not reached out to from our most recent event that we attended. So to create a new list view, we're going up here to the top right and we're hitting add view, and that's going to bring up all of our list views. And if we look down towards the bottom, we can hit create new view. That's going to bring us to our naming screen. We can name our list view however we want. I would recommend it being as specific as possible so that when your team looks at the list name, they know exactly what that list is there for, right? So we're going to put conference with no activity. And then underneath your name, right, you can choose who you want to share this list view with. You can make it private if you're the only one using the list view, which I recommend just to keep the amount of list views your team sees as neat and organized as possible. If you have teams assigned, you can share that list view with your specific team. And then if you want everybody to be able to utilize the list view, you can choose everyone. So we're going to choose everyone here because we want the entire team to be able to see what leads have no activity from that previous event. So we hit save. And that's going to bring us to our new lead, our new lead list view, right? So real quick pro tip here, if you click this little caret on the right of the list view name, you can pin it to keep it open so that every time you go to your contact screen, it's one of the list views named up top. Once you pin to keep that open, the default view option comes available so that if you want this list view to pop up immediately every time you go to your contact record, you can make it your default view as well. So for right now, we're just going to pin the view and we have all of our contacts here. But we want, when somebody on our team visits this list view, we want that person to view their leads, right? We don't want them to view everyone's leads. That's beside the point. We're trying to segment it and make it as personable as possible. So if we go to our contact owner, we can pick the dynamic me, which automatically changes the list view into the eyes of the person viewing the list. Super helpful. Furthermore, we want to see leads that have no activity, right? So if we want to view all of our leads with no activity, we can't use this feature right here. It doesn't have a null option where you can view leads with no activity at all. But if we go to our more filters over here on the right, we can scroll down and we can go to last activity date. And then we can say is unknown, right? So choosing only our leads with no activity. So you see the last contacted there is blank. It's only going to populate those contact records with no activity. So we hit apply filter, and that's pulling only our leads with no activity. And then we simply hit add, and that'll allow us to add a secondary filter, which we want to choose conferences attended, which is a custom-made field, which I highly recommend everyone having, that populates all of the conferences a record attended on that field. So we have a multiple selection checkbox that I populated with sample conferences, and you can choose which conference you're trying to view in this list view. So we choose National RIMS, right? That's the event we attended recently, and we want to follow up on all of our leads. So we hit that conference and we hit apply filter. And so now this list view is only pulling our leads with no activity and the leads that we generated from the previous event. So now that we have both of these, we can exit out of this and we can even check our work. If we scroll all the way to the right, we have our conferences attended column. And we can see that all of these leads were all generated from National RIMS, and they have no activity. So putting this in front of our team, allowing them to see which leads are assigned to them and have no activity from that previous event. Everybody's going to want to stay on top of those hot leads. Hopefully this helps in not only identifying, but creating opportunities in your pipeline and building that ROI from these conferences. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you. Bye.